Hey, it's John here, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to break down a little bit about sales funnels, some shifts I'm seeing in the market, and how the traditional sales funnel process is slowly fading away and what to do instead. And so if you're new here, I've been working on webinars, sales funnels. I've been deep in the world of online selling now for over a decade, everything from Shark Tank companies to solopreneurs, and I'm seeing some shifts in the market that I want to talk about in this video. So the traditional process for doing a sales funnel is something like running an ad or some kind of traffic source to some kind of opt-in lead magnet to some kind of direct sell offer, whether it's $1,000 product or book a call or those kind of things, right? And the traditional way that worked very, very well for a long time and still can in some markets, but has shifted in a lot of markets, is that whole add to a presentation or add to some kind of an opt-in to some kind of an offer. And years ago, it was a lot easier. The ads were a lot cheaper as well. And people were, let's say, a little less jaded, where you could literally just run ads from like Facebook ads, Meta ads, whatever, to a page, have people purchase from you, and that would be it. And you could just scale that to the moon. I've literally had clients years ago that were making millions of dollars with that model, literally just funneling people into that sort of system. And now I'm not saying it's completely gone or dead. There are certain markets that I'm hearing about where that still works. But for a lot of us, especially if you're in the United States, maybe you're a coach, consultant, service provider, it's getting a lot harder to make that model perform like it did years ago. Ad costs are rising. Skepticism is rising as well in the markets. And so the traditional sales funnel process is definitely taking some heat. It's a bit more understrained than it used to be. So let me just touch on the two most important words in sales. And then I'll talk about what we can do instead, or where I'm currently focusing on moving forward. So for me, the two most important words in sales are relevancy and trust. Relevancy and trust. And I'll show you why those apply in a second here. So relevancy is obviously we want to be selling something that people want. And that's a whole nother discussion. There's some nuance to that. Do you have a good product to market fit, a good message to market match? That's another discussion for another video that I could put together. But we obviously need to be offering something that people want, right? Now, the second word is trust, and that's where I want to spend some time with in this video. Besides relevancy, I believe that trust is the most important word in sales. Think of the last time you hired a coach or a consultant or bought a service. You trusted the person, certainly enough to give them your money. You were clear on what you were going to get from them, and you were reasonably certain you'd get the outcome that you were after, right? And so trust is at a premium today, and trust, clarity, and certainty are the three most important words in sales besides relevancy. And so how can we instill more trust into our customer journeys, into our sales funnels, so that we get more buyers and more results from our efforts? And so it's really less about sales funnels these days and more about what I would like to term trust funnels. I heard a gentleman talk about this in a YouTube video. I can't remember his name. Thank you for that. But trust funnels is what he called it. And I think that was a good way of putting it. We want to create a trust funnel, a one-to-many scalable trust funnel to bring people to us who already know us, already like us, already trust us, so that we can get better results in today's market. And so it's less about sales funnels, more about trust funnels. And so what does a trust funnel look like? Well, it could be as simple as a blog. Maybe you're a writer. You could use your writing, either a blog or on social media, to funnel people in a one-to-many fashion to have them still opt into your list. I still recommend that. So it'd be like writing on social or on a blog. People would opt in. They would be warmed up, and then you might host some kind of webinar or something for them at that point to further build trust and make sales or book calls. So it could be a blog, or writing could be a good way to do that at scale. Could be a podcast, right? A podcast is a trust funnel that gets people to know, like, and trust you, and then allows people through calls to action to come towards you, to opt into your systems and go through your systems and your funnels from there. It could be long form video like I'm doing now here on YouTube, right? YouTube is a hot network as of this recording. And long form video really allows people to get to know you, to feel you, to experience you in a whole nother level. And then from there, people from this video, for example, can opt into one of my marketing systems from there and potentially buy a program or service from there. But the trust building comes here. And then ultimately, like a live virtual presentation, right? Like, so a webinar, a masterclass, a workshop, I do all of those things consistently for my business. They build the most trust of anything because people really get to not only hear you, see you, and experience you, but they get to come live and learn from you. And the amount of trust when you do that right is massive when it comes to things. So trust is at a premium in today's market. It's getting harder and harder to just funnel cold people from an ad to a sale. You want to start building more trust. And so what I'm recommending for you is, how can you build a trust funnel in your business? How can you build trust at scale, build an audience that know, likes, and trusts you? If you're a writer, that could be still blogging or writing on social networks where people hang out. It could be a podcast if that's your strength. It could be long form video like you're listening to now. And I love the combination of, let's say, long form video with some kind of live virtual presentations like a webinar, like a workshop, to really help you further build trust and then provide an event for you to make an offer, whether that's to speak to you about your services or your programs, or to buy a course or program directly. There's still a place for that direct response, don't get me wrong. I have marketing funnels tapped off the back of these videos for people who want to buy programs from me. But the trust piece has to be front and center. Again, for many markets, it's getting a lot harder to just go right from ad to sale. I hope you'll take this to heart. It's less about the traditional grind them through sales funnels, more about building trust at scale with an audience and then funneling those folks into your programs, into your offers. And so hopefully this was insightful for you. If you'd like to grab a PDF of the 7 key elements that I've put together for a high converting webinar, go ahead and click the link in the description to grab that from me. That'll break down the 7 most important elements for a high converting sales webinar. Again, virtual presentations are powerful. You'll want to learn how to use those still moving forward into the future. So if you'd like that PDF in your resource library, go ahead and click the link in the description of this video. That's it for this one. If you'd like to see more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the bell, leave me a comment if you'd like below, and I look forward to seeing you soon.